Forests has been playing a vital role to the life of Earth. They purify the air we breathe, filter the water that we drink, and prevent erosion and act as an important buffer for climate change. They too offer shelter for a variety of plants and animals. From also give natural resources such as food, timber, to medicinal plants. But forests around the world are under threat. We continue to lose forests along with the endangered animals that live in them because of the benefits that they give. We have abused and forgotten to take care of the very resource that kept us alive for years. We are the Group 8 and we're going to tackle the loss of forestry as well as the Mariit Wildlife Conservation Park. Peace.
What are the laws related to forestry? To protect and prolong the forest for the next generation, the government has created several laws and orders for the well-being of the forest, such as Executive Order 23 during 2011, which declaring a moratorium on the cutting and harvesting of timber in the natural residual forest and creating an anti-illegal logging task force, and the DAO 2018-21, the adaptation of the Lawin Forest and Diversity Protection System as a national strategy for forest and diversity protection in the Philippines. These are some created by the different administrations for the protection of our forest, and there are more laws that have been made. However, our group is especially giving focus on the Presidential Decree number 705 or the Forestry Reform Code of the Philippines.
The Presidential Decree number 705 is the Forestry Reform Code of the Philippines. This act lays down the basic principles of forest management and conservation. It makes provision for the administration of forestry, which is in Chapter 1. Chapter 2 would be the survey and the classification of lands for purpose of forestry. Chapter 3 would be the use of forest resources.
Chapter 3. The Chapter 3 of the PD 705 primarily talks about the correct uses and management of forest resources, and some of these are timber, and the required permits and policies that are needed to be observed. Reforestation, forest protection, and the qualifications needed to occupy, exploit, and use forest lands.
And the offenses and penalties for Chapter 4.
Chapter 4. Offenses and penalties. The following are the criminal offenses related to forestry.
Originally called or named as the Presidential Decree number 389. It was signed on February 5th, 1974, and it was revised by the late President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. That is. Anyways, it was renamed then as Presidential Decree number 705 and was signed on the 19th of May 1975.
The Mariit Conservation Park, located in Barangay Hayubo, Lambunao, is the largest hornbill breeding facility in the world. It is named after Mariit, an indigenous belief in Western Visayas with roots from animism. Essentially, Mariit is a belief that every facet of nature is inhabited by the Taglugar, which served as a motive for locals to respect and take care of nature. During 1993, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources of the Philippine National Government and the Mulhouse Zoo of France set up the Mariit Wildlife and Conservation Park. It was initially a part of conservation efforts for the Visayan spotted deer. The facility soon expanded its scope to also include other endemic Visayan species. Currently, the protected area was placed under the management of the West Visayas State University College of Agriculture and Forestry.
Aims of Mariit Wildlife and Conservation Park. Mariit Conservation Park aims to be an endangered species rescue and captive breeding facility. They also want to restore their species population ranges to their former levels. Their goal is to protect natural wildlife habitats so that they can continue to exist. The local government of Lambunao is attempting to gain the attention of local and international environmental enthusiasts in order to continue the park's maintenance and development. The conservation park began to experience a shortage of funding in 2014. Since then, the park relied on funding from the Lambunao municipal government to develop the park's facilities. It was also opened to the public in June 2019 as part of efforts to secure additional revenue for the park.
Here are the top stories of the day. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Mariit Wildlife Conservation Park in Barangay Hayubo, Lambunao, Iloilo is struggling with limited funding. The Conservation Park, located inside West Visayas State University's College of Agriculture and Forestry campus, is the first conservation, breeding, and rescue park in Panay Island. According to Park Director Dr. J.B.E. Bulio, the park used to generate up to 20,000 pesos a month from entrance fees. However, since the start of the pandemic, funds could hardly reach 5,000 pesos a month. Some of their most affected wildlife include the Visayan leopard cat and the Visayan writhed hornbill. Bulio said the park needs at least 50,000 pesos a month to meet the exact food and supplement requirements of those endangered species. Currently, the local government unit of Lambunao is funding the operating expenses of the park, especially the food for the animals.
Mariit Wildlife Conservation Park suffered from shortage of funding during 2014, and as years go by, they have slowly started to stand up on their own. Well, that is until pandemic happens. We all know that it affected us, but if you look on a different perspective, it's not just human beings that is affected by this virus. The animals that live within that park also suffers. Due to the shortage of funding, they may not able to take care of the endangered animals properly. They may get sick, or worst case scenario, they might die. I mean, animals that they kept there in the breeding facilities and their conservation park are pretty much only a few of them have left, hence endangered. Some are nearly to extinct, some are only found here in the Philippines, yet some of us does not care at all. It's so sad here, and that many people doesn't really care about the animals that can be only located here in our country, not in anywhere else. Well, that is for today. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you guys learned a lesson. Please hit that like and subscribe in my channel, and peace.